Big up to everyone in the building. It's Waffle Done in the building. I've got some special people here today, man. Listen, big up to everyone on the panel today, man. And this isn't going to be a show where it's all going to be lovey-dovey and nice and everything like that. I don't think it's going to be like that. I think we really need to like have an in-depth discussion of what happens in the Chelsea game and why. Why did it happen and how can we prevent it going forward? Obviously, we're not the manager, but I'm sure you guys are going to have a few words to say about the manager. But anyway, before we start, let's introduce you to the audience. So let's start from my left or right or wherever. Dr. Seymour Butts. How you doing, my bro?
Oh, man, I am, well, look, apart all the nonsense supporting this club, we're doing great, you know, but as you said, we're gonna have a lot of uncomfortable conversations. So, you know, if you are of a nervous disposition, well, you may want to take some NyQuil and just sit back in, relax, you know, open your mind up to different perspectives here. So big up. Thanks for having me.
Big up, man. And Johnny.
Another day, another $1.50 is what I say. Big up to everybody. Appreciate you having me on. Doc, happy Thanksgiving. Hope you had a good holiday.
Oh, and to you, my brother. Thank you.
And yeah, there'll be a lot of uncomfortable conversations to talk about today because there's a lot of things that need to be discussed that were discussed but are not discussed enough when it comes to this damn team. So looking forward to having some of these talks.
100. Man like Craig as well. Big up to you, my London brother. How you doing?
I'm good. Disappointed, man. Just a whole day. After the result yesterday, man.
I hear it. But anyway, let's just get down to it, innit? So a draw that really we should have went into this game with the attitude of winning this game. I can remember me and Johnny emphasizing the importance of winning this game. Whilst everyone was still giddy off the Bayern Munich win, I'm sure me and Johnny was thinking, well, it's the Chelsea game that you really have to look out for. And lo and behold, we go into that game, I would say nervy, scared, not looking like
tired
team. Tired, not looking like a team that wants to, you know, grab this title while we can. And it was a disappointing result. But let's go round the panel and let's just get our thoughts on the game. So anyone wants to go first? I'm here. I'm the host, so I'm going to be doing admin work.
Yeah, so I mean, I'll start it off. I think, as you said, it was very disappointing. I think we have seen these kind of performances not only with respect to Sunderland, but also just more consistently over the years. You know, like every single time that there is that an opportunity presents a marker for us, for us to lay down like the law and let the entire league know like what time it is, we squander that opportunity. 9 times out of 10, we do that. I mean, like on one hand, I think we were tired. But on the other hand, I as I was saying earlier in the chat, I think it's more so just due to complacency. You know, like rather after the fact that we had done so well against Spurs, after we had done so well against Bayern, you know, all these feel good feelings and there's it's still that soft underbelly that, you know, that we still can't produce, I guess, like a string of results, like when it matters most. You know, I know that people were talking about how we're going to be walking the league, how we're going to be, you know, winning all these trophies. Like, I mean, like not only was it far too soon to be making any kind of wild predictions like that, but it's because of how we have seen this club perform time and again over the years that unfortunately there is still this softness, there's still like this lack of ruthlessness that really drives me crazy. And it's, I mean, like, it is disappointing, and it's why I said earlier, I mean, like, I don't think we win anything this year. As much as I want this club to win something, as much as I want, I mean, I don't care about Arteta getting over the line. I care about this club getting over the line. I don't think it doesn't matter if Arteta's the manager or if it's Daffy Duck that's the manager. It really doesn't matter to me. We are just, we unfortunately are squandering far too many chances when they approach us. And despite the fact that we had done so well against Bayern, we have now drew 2 of the last 3 league matches. That is what, 4 points. That is 4 points dropped. And when, as we know, the margins are always so razor thin, there is no room. There's very little margin for error. We know that we're not going to be perfect in the second half of the season, and to think that that drawing is perfectly fine in October, November, etc. We're not going to win every single game. That's understandable. But there are games that we need to win, and there are games that are going to be more of a challenge. I still think that, in phase 6 or 7, we should be going. Rather, we should have been going to Stamford Bridge and we should have been smacking them around.
Mm-hmm. Anyone want to go next?
I mean, I'll say this. What pissed me off about that game was we went through in the preview with Chelsea, Dan, and Hano how Chelsea was going to line up. And if you look at the way that they lined up, Reece James got put in the midfield to match with Caicedo against Declan Rice and Zubamendi. And then they put Enzo Fernandez as a number 10 to really sit on top of Zubamendi. Waffle, you and me talked about this. I don't know what it's going to take for people to realize this. Zubamendi's back should never be facing the fucking halfway line ever again. This guy needs to sit on top of the defense, get the balls passed back to him from Rice, and immediately pass the ball out. Why we keep tempting fate with him, trying to do all this other crap is just asking for more problems, because the guy clearly can't handle the pressure. That's number one. Number two, I'm not trying to throw shade at anybody, but this is why I said I could give 2 fucks about that Bayern game in the midweek, because we're already in the position to go towards getting the home field advantage through the knockout phases of the Champions League, and if these league games are more important. Again, I'm going to stress these 2 points. This ain't the same damn City team that has won 4 straight league titles. That midfield of Kevin De Bruyne and Gundogan is no longer there. Bernardo Silva is no longer the player that he was 2-3 years ago. He's been ran into the ground. The wingers, Doku had a good run of form and now is starting to get back to regular level of where he is. Phil Foden, okay, maybe, but we still don't know if that's a guarantee. Why are we leaving these points on the table when we're allowing this City team that really, this is a new City team that has to prove themselves? So we need to pull away from there. And just to add to what the doc said, all this is once again falling on Arteta when it comes to this mentality. That's all it is at the end of the day. There is no reason a team that has spent £1 billion in the amount of time frame that we've had, this is the best squad that we've had under Arteta, why we're not going for all 3 points at Stamford Bridge, where he hasn't lost. I didn't even know that this was a stat. He hasn't lost at Stamford Bridge since he took over the club. So why is he not going there to try to win? What the hell is going on here? It's once again, it's the little bullshit things that end up leading to the doubt that creeps back that always kills us. And everyone's trying to say, oh, well, they didn't win. Let's all remember something. We only lost 3 games last year. The draws is what killed us, that made us lose out to that title in keeping up with Liverpool. So it doesn't always necessarily mean that, oh, we walked out of there, we didn't lose the game. We dropped 2 points. When, again, December is now going to be the questionable month where Arsenal's biggest problem under Arteta, it's not the fact of us having a problem of getting results against the big 6. It's us playing down to the competition, to the next tier of teams. That's always the tier of teams that bother us. We've had problems with Brighton in the past. West Ham has taken points off of us multiple seasons. Aston Villa, who we're running into, is the most informed team at home in the league. And this has been our bogey team since Unai Emery's taken over, and we got them twice in a month. So these are not points that we can afford to drop right now at this point. So for me, again, This is all just going back to the manager on the mentality of what he needs to do and the lack of rotation. So, and the fact that Saliba was hurt in training is bullshit. Why these guys are getting pushed to the limit in training when you're getting these multiple competitions to be played is absolute nonsense. Because what ends up happening, what did you and me say? December, January, and February are the 3 months that determines what Arsenal's going to do for the season, whether anybody likes it or not. Those are the 3 months that determines where we're going to be. We're either in the mix or we drop too far back. And then on top of with the Champions League games, we got FA Cup games coming up and we got League Cup games coming up again. So the non-rotations is what's also going to kill us if this keeps up right now. So this is, again, it's all going back to the manager, as I said again. This squad is too good for us to not be able to win the Premier League with the inconsistencies of all this other team. Arteta needs to rotate, and we need to push through and win this year. Otherwise, he's got to go.
Craig?
After second what you said about the Mendy yesterday, he was terrible. Sorry, he was all over the place. 1 minute he was playing right wing, next minute I see him left wing. He wasn't sticking to his position, and he just got exposed. Reece James exposed him. What Chelsea did was very smart. The manager did yesterday. He targeted Reece James onto Declan Rice. So every time Declan Rice got the ball, it was onto Declan Rice. Mendy should have kept himself free. So if it gone to Declan Rice, the ball goes to Mendy could play it out. But every time Mendy was all over the place, and even Calafiori yesterday, like tried to dribble past Reece James, got tackled, and made a stupid tackle, got booked. Then at halftime had to come off, and then Lewis Kelly came on for Calafiori yesterday. I just thought they went down to 10 men, and we didn't capitalize on the game when we should have capitalized on the game. They got to 10 men. All you got to do, play free at the back, push Lewis Kelly into midfield and play free at the back. Have an hour free in defense and put Kelly into midfield and triple up their midfield against Reece James and Enzo, and then you win the game. You don't need to play free. You need to play four at the back if they're down to 10 men. Play free at the back. You could play Timber, Mosquera, and Hempapié free at the back. Yep. Push Lewis Kelly into midfield. No, Calafiori came off at half time, second half. Yeah. So you could have put Skelly into midfield with Declan Rice and Zubimendi and Eze, and then that would have been a fort. Then we would have matched them even better. We could have capitalized in the game, but we didn't do that. And then another thing that frustrated me yesterday was Saka as well. I know he got the assist for the goal, but man was shooting like he was shooting over the bar. I'm like, you could have passed, you could have squared the ball into the box, someone could have a tap in, and then the last kick of the game, Gokras needs to be vocal. As a striker, Abs, you're a striker. But Gokras needs to say to Timber, leave that ball. He needs to leave that ball. If he left that ball, that's a clear header. Win the game last minute. It just frustrated me yesterday, man. Honestly, I was like, we didn't capitalize against Chelsea, and now they're happy with the point, and we're not happy with the point. I'm not happy with the point because if you go down to 10 men, normally you go there and win the game. You don't draw against a team that's down to 10 men, and even the goal they scored as well was avoidable as well. Mosquera was not marking Enzo and marked the post. He could have cleared the ball off the line. So it kept on going to a tussle with Enzo. Enzo got the better of him, and then the balls went over and went in the back of the net. So, yeah, that's all I've got to say.
Thanks, guys. You know, the worst thing for me, is that when you talk of game management, you also have to look at not just the manager but the players. Where were the players, like the star players in our team, saying, do you know what, Arteta, I'm doing what I need to do to win this game. Where was that enthusiasm and that brave, you know what I mean, that courage coming? Because all I saw from the players, is players feeling sorry for themselves, getting kicked about, and as Dr. Seymour said earlier, it's that soft underbelly, that we're always going to get bantered on. So what is wrong with us? Why are we always like this? When is this going to change? Do we have to win something for this to change? Or is this going to remain until we actually win something? Open question.
So the way that I see it, because I believe that everything is all relative to one another. So this soft underbelly, like we have seen in Wenger's, like second half of his career at the Emirates, and where I noticeably see the inflection point of when this really started to take shape. I mean, like, granted, like this did happen a few years, like in between, say, like when Eduardo like had his leg broke at St. Andrews, up until the point like where Cesc like had left back rather to go back to Barca, but that soft underbelly, I think, has been far more noticeable ever since Cesc had left and was replaced by one Mikel Arteta in midfield. Like that's why personally I do not personally fuck with this manager as both as a player and a manager. He embodies that soft Wenger underbelly that existed in those teams between 2011 and 2017, despite the fact that we were getting over the line for the FA Cups. But mind you, like we had bottled the league in 2013-14, and we also bottled the league in 2015-16, and that year that Leicester won it in 15-16, Mikel was the captain of the club. And further, as we know, with very traumatic experiences, like people tend to have there's a psychological deficiency behavior called repetitive disorder, where you basically recreate the traumas that you've had in the past time and time again, simply because you're not learning from them. So I think you made a phenomenal point, right? How is it that that schmucks like us, right? We're just four random schmucks that all support this club, and we can see that that all Arteta needed to do was just do a very small formation change, right? And this is the same manager that always says, "Oh, we have 43,000 different types of formations to play," right? How come three at the back was not the first thought that came to their mind, or even rather the 10th thought that came to their mind? But I guess more specifically to your question, I think that Arteta is running the dressing room like an authoritarian regime. That ultimately, if you speak out against the manager, you are blacklisted and blackballed and pushed out of the club, and he expects nothing more than complete 100% unsaturated devotion to his words, to his tactics, to his directions. It's ultimately it's ultimately why I think it's why I think players go out and do those little media puff pieces talking about how incredible Arteta is, just to continue and prolong that narrative. So ultimately, I personally think Arteta is at the epicenter of this soft underbelly, simply because he has carried it directly from his playing time under Wenger, where he had shaped the pinnacle of his career. And I think as well, I think because social media has become such a large part of the game, these players, I would not be surprised that they're going online, they're reading all the comments on Twitter. It's nothing but complete adoration about how amazing this club is, about how amazing the squad is, about how amazing the manager is, et cetera, et cetera. All they're hearing is nothing but this feedback loop, this closed echo chamber of positivity. And when a result like this occurs, everyone's just dumbfounded. They just simply don't understand how this could occur. Yet we as fans, we have seen this occur time and again. So I gotta stop ranting, but ultimately, I think on one hand, players I think they do need to get over the line, but simultaneously, I think all of this mediocrity is systemic and reflection of the manager. Rather the players' attitudes on the pitch are a reflection of the manager, and this manager to me does not espouse any type of ruthlessness, any type of hunger to get over the line. Despite, I think this season has shown a little bit of more hunger simply because now we have the vulture that is, that is Don Berta, hovering over Mikel's head. But when we have performances like this, I'm telling you, it should be a warning sign to everyone, especially everyone in the club. It's phase 7. How has this not been stamped out yet? Truly.
Who else wants to go next? Sorry, I'm just trying to before I continue, I just want to say a massive shout to the catch up. Thank you for the raid. God bless you guys, man. You guys are doing bits on your channel as well, man. And yeah, it doesn't go unrecognized. You always got to thank the people. Do you know what I'm saying? So, big up to the catch up as well for the raid as well. I don't want to make this into like an Arteta show because I know he's partly to blame, but we also got to look at the players on the pitch as well. And at the end of the day, these guys, know the assignment. They should know that they have to go out and win games. They should have in their head, like us fans, with the same attitude that we should go out to win every single game or die trying, as they say with 50 Cent. What is wrong with us? That's the title of the show. What is wrong with us? Why do we have this caged up mentality? And one of the boys here, Caps, big up to Caps in the building, he's asking this question: what do you think Arteta could have done differently? Open up the panel. Anyone could go first.
I said it. Play straight at the back in the second half. He's been in his 10 men. Play straight at the back and put extra player in midfield. That's all he had to do. Simple as that.
You think it was that simple just to do that in the height of this game?
Yeah, because they had less men on or tell the players, because at one stage in the game, Madueke and Saka will play on both wings. At one stage, I thought it got one stage. Lewis Skelly was looking. There was no Madueke on the wing. There's no Saka. Remember, Saka went to the left wing in the second half a little bit when Madueke came on, and then they kept on swapping wings. And then one stage, both of them were on the right wing.
I hear it. So when let's forget about the 10 men that they had. I'm talking about maybe at the start of the game. Is there anything we could have done differently at the start of the game? Like the team,
he needs to change the whole approach, man. There's no reason for Calafiori to be lining up the way he does as a left back and be all the way pushed up, and he's not getting into the game offensively. Like, I'm sorry, man. Cool, he did his one little cross against Bayern Munich. What does he do outside of that? Like, everyone talks about, Lewis Skelly's not a left back. Yeah, but you know what? Here's what a lot of coaches do is they utilize somebody who's out of position and play him in a proper position. I said this on the show, the stream that you and me did, Waffle. When we're in possession, we should already be playing with a back line of 3 and pushing the left back into the midfield to help overload the other team. The whole reason why Chelsea was able to sit there and be able to take on our midfield the way that they were is because they matched us man for man. Reece James threw the padlock away. Enzo Fernandez was all over Zubamendi. That's the only reason why you put a guy like him on in the number 10 position, because he's not a true number 10. He's more of a number 8. He's put in the 10 position to sit on Zubamendi. When we're in possession, the left back should be getting pushed into the midfield to aid Eze to help control the midfield. And all we should have in the backfield is have Timber, when we're at full strength, Timber, Saliba, and Gabriel should be the back line of 3. Zubamendi sits on top of them, and just above Zubamendi is Rice, who should be winning every single ball and cleaning everything up and passing it back to Zubamendi, and Zubamendi gets the play going again. Other than that, that's all we should be doing to stop the attacks that Chelsea was having against us. I'm sorry, man. Esteval, he had one good game against Barcelona. I'm not that impressed with the guy. The kid was fast and got a good first step. That's it. I'm not seeing the guy. We're still looking for the ball that got shot. It might be in Crystal Palace for all you know, with how high he shot the damn ball. Like we're overhyping players and talking shit when these guys haven't done anything to prove themselves. My issue, the other issue is that again, Mikel Merino. What are you doing? What is Mikel Merino doing as far as overall? The guy's useless. Cool, he got a header. Besides the header, he was trash. Declan Rice was not that good, but that was because Rice had to go man-to-man against Reece James. Again, the problem is at the end of the day is that, one, I think these guys are not getting rotated. I thought they were tired. By the 60th minute, I thought our guys were too tired to go constantly up and down the pitch the way Chelsea was trying to get the game to go to. So I don't know. I think the manager is the main thing. I know as much as you don't want to make it an Arteta show, it's just simple things that he needs to change with the team, I think, can go a long way for us to stop seeing these types of results. Because what's different from this result than the bullshit FA Cup game against Manchester United last year? It looked exactly the same, even with a full-strength team, a closer to full-strength team. And this whole thing about the center backs. Okay, Mascara has had a good little run, but if he's coming back down now to regular Mascara, which where he was at Valencia, we got a problem because he wasn't that good at Valencia. Hincapié is a very good center back. As we saw with Leverkusen, he won a league with them. But if the guy's going to be playing on his own because Timber's moving up and down the pitch, the same thing. I don't want to see Timber move up and down the pitch. Timber's the best defensive right back in the world. Forget just England. He's the best defensive right back in the world. He should be sticking with the back line to make sure that we can shut down the team's offense.
What's that, Cap? Big up to Caps in the building. Yeah, sorry, what was that?
Big up. I said I agree. He is the best defensive, not overall best right back, defensive right back. Yeah? Did you see Reece James yesterday? I'm not saying that I'm glazing him or nothing. See what he was doing? Did you see what he was doing? He was taking the piss out of our midfield. He didn't even play midfield. That just shows you how bad our midfield is.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it was disgraceful yesterday, man. I just think that against the Chelsea team, yeah, that we kind of like, let's take the emotions out of the hate and everything, yeah, for a moment, yeah. Let's just take, yeah, you know, we're the ones that are trying to win this league. We're supposed to be trying to win this league, yeah. Does that scare you if you're Man City right now? I know Johnny said that Man City are not the same team, yeah, but all it takes is them for just to get onto a little run and for us to be like, you know, getting scared again. 1 point, 2 point, you know, next thing, like they're just right on our ass. There's no one that's been above us this season. You know, what would it be like if we were to start dropping points? I'm already hearing about Aston Villa is going to be a massive test, and it's almost like we're bottling it already, people. What you guys got to say to that?
Yeah, so I mean, like when our rivals see us, you know, like drop points from winning positions, or when we drop points against a team that had a man send off, and we still can't get over the line, and and finish our dinner. I mean, I don't want to say that they're laughing at us, but I mean, like they're definitely discounting any type of, you know, like legitimacy that we actually have. I mean, like, sure, like City's a different team than they were a few years ago, but they still have the same manager that knows what it takes to get over the line and navigate through all of those intricacies and hurdles and such. I mean, it's. I think there are so many in our fan base that just get so far giddy at the fact that, you know, that we historically we tend to start very well strong in the first part of the season, the first few months. You know, we definitely set a marker there, if you will. But then, you know, but then we fizzle out, you know, like come like the second half of the season, like whether it be in, say, like February or March, and also at times, like it should not be without any. I think that the combination between us doing poorly and us not getting a transfer or two over the line in January, I think is also like directly connected. I mean, like, especially when we are in such a winning position, like this team would benefit from any type of positive reinforcement in the club, You know, that the players would see, like, okay, like this club actually wants to win, and I think it in turn like adds to the. I think it adds to the mentality, you know, that the players. But I think overall, top down. I mean, like I just don't know if there really is like a real hunger to win. You know, like I mean, we know that the owners said at the onset that they didn't buy Arsenal to win the club. I'm sorry, they didn't buy Arsenal rather to win trophies, for that matter. Bringing in someone like Don Berta would definitely suggest otherwise, but I don't know. I think
At the end of the day, it's make or I'm not on the manager, but it's make or break. He's got everything he wants. He doesn't have anything that he doesn't want. He's got everything he wants. Yeah. We've been unlucky with injuries. We gotta admit, we've been unlucky with injuries. We have, bro.
No. We're not doing this. We're not doing this.
We're playing Marino up front and against Sunderland. Look how bad he was,
brother. That's his fault for buying him in the first place.
I didn't want him. I did not want him, bro.
Okay, but that's whether you wanted him or not. He chose him.
I did not want him. I did not want him.
Okay, whether you wanted him or not, he was never used as a false nine at Real Sociedad. He was a late running into the box, more defensive-minded midfielder that's just good with the headers. Okay? The problem is, at the end of the day, is this manager keeps trying to put round pegs in square holes. That's the problem at the end of the day with this manager. Okay? It doesn't matter whether you like it or not. Let's stop using injuries for a sec. Okay? First of all, why is Saka and Martinelli, as soon as Trossard gets hurt, why is Saka and Martinelli against Chelsea playing as touchline wingers when against Bayern Munich they were playing as more rotationary number 10s? Let's get that out of the way first and foremost. Why are our wingers playing further and further away from the striker when the guy ain't even a striker in the first place? And
so you need to be closer to him. I know what you're saying.
And Eze's coming further back into a more defensive role when he needs to be playing further up. We saw what Eze could do in both the North London derby and against Bayern. He needs 3 touches and immediately find a pass to somebody running forward to get the offense running up.
Yeah, but you can't play through balls to Marino. You can't play through balls to Marino, can he? How can he play through?
He can hold if Marino's going to sit there and be your hold-up play guy. He can. The problem is Marino needs to pass the ball off immediately. Where was Martinelli? Until the 25th minute when Martinelli ran the ball out of the box, when he gave the goal kick up to Chelsea, I didn't know that motherfucker was on the field.
Oh, no, he played cool.
He could have been smoking a joint the whole time and just chilling. You didn't see him the whole freaking game. Saka's on the right wing on the touchline again. Why? In the game against Bayern, his starting position was on the corner of the 18-yard box. Why are we sticking him way out to the left, to the right wing, when I don't know if anybody else has realized this, Saka doesn't have that first step burst of pace anymore.
No.
Where has it been? It hasn't happened since he came back from the injury. So if that's the case, if we're all talking about Saka needs to be world class and he needs to score at least 15 goals a season for us to have a shot at winning a title, why are we isolating him further and further out of the wing? So stop with the injuries. It's not the injury, brother. It's the manager's tactical side.
Players need to take responsibility, though. Players need to say, okay, next time I get it, I need to take him on.
These players are all pussies. These players ain't built like that. Let's be real. If they were built like that, we'd have won a trophy in the last 3 times that we've ran second place. If they were going to take shit into their own hands, they'd have told Mikel Arteta that he's an idiot for ripping out Trossard when Trossard was player of the month when we got him in 22-23 when we were 8 points clear. The players didn't take the initiative when we were 8 points clear. When we were 4 points clear the next season, nobody took the initiative. It's because they're all listening to the manager.
Yeah.
That these players ain't about that life of taking it into their own hands. That's the difference between the City team that won 4 titles in a row when you see Kevin De Bruyne and Gundogan yelling back at Pep Guardiola because they were taking the initiative into their own hands and winning leagues. These players ain't built like that. We've seen that for the last 3 years. So those 2 things have to go. We're not talking about injuries here because this is the best squad that he's had the whole time that he's been here, and these players ain't doing that, are not on that type of time. So once you get those 2 out of the equation, it's down to the manager's tactics. That's it at the end of the day. Whether anybody wants to say that or not, it's down to his tactics. He keeps isolating Saka and he keeps isolating Martinelli. And now all of a sudden we're hoping that Eze can do link-up play with Marino. Come on, man. It doesn't take a genius to see that Arteta's tactics are the problem here.
And simultaneously, we have seen Arteta orient the starting 11 to get the best out of players that he wants to get the best out of. So for example, like when 29 was bought, this entire team was oriented to get the best out of 29 on the pitch, despite the fact that he was still stinking it out, despite the fact that we had to give him a little pity penalty to get him onto the scoring tally. We also have seen as well, like how this manager has given such freedom and such license to Calafiori just to be all over the fucking place on the pitch. So we do know that this manager has the capability to identify and to place certain players and to give them such license to roam, but he doesn't do it for the players that should be doing it, just for the players that he wants, that he is personally vested in. We've also seen as well, when Gyökeres was on the pitch, how many crosses did we get into the box when Gyökeres was on? Right? What is this manager doing to get the best out of all the players, especially the pieces that are going to take us over the line? I just don't see that happening.
Let's see what Craig's got to say. What you got to say about the conversations we'll be having, Craig? So, for example, we've dropped points to Man City at home. So the big teams we seem to be faltering against. So Liverpool we lost, Man City,
fine margins.
Chelsea. Sorry?
No, I was joking. I said, you know what Arteta says? Fine margins, guys. Fine margins.
Yeah, but this season we seem to be
points
out
of a total of 9 against the big 16. 5 points in 4 games against the big 6.
Yeah, I know.
That's a problem.
That's a big problem. Craig, what's your thoughts on that?
Last season, would have battered those teams last season. Like beat City at home last season. This season, the big team seemed to come to the Emirates, and whether we played at home or away, it seemed to the final game plan against us. And Arteta's not even against Liverpool. The Liverpool loss was the most frustrating one for me, because we were battering Liverpool, but didn't take our chance and finish. We absolutely destroyed Liverpool in the first half. Then they just upped their levels in the second half, got the goal, and then just killed the game off. And then we made a substitution too late as well. Yesterday's game, he could have made. I know he made a sub at half time, but I was crying for Jesus to come on the pitch. I was saying, Jesus, if he's fit, bring him on. Put him on. I was saying, Saka, after he got the assist, Saka didn't do anything in it. All he was doing was shooting, and it was going all over the place, not going in the net or nothing. So I was saying to myself, take him on, put Madueke on the right, put Jesus on the left or something, just to bring him on, see what he could do. Maybe he could have got a goal or something. You never know. I know he's been out for a long time, but he could bring him for like 10, 15 minutes just to get his match shot. He got 1 year on the bench as well. A good player, young player as well. Didn't even bring him on again yesterday. So
yeah, that's got the players. Ranieri wrong, man.
He's got the players, but he seems, as you said, he seems to have his favourites, and his favourites are letting him down. But when he should be getting minutes, because when I watch him for under 21 for England, he's always scoring for them and getting.
He's always scoring. He's bagging
for the under 21.
What's happened to Dalman as well now? What's happened to Dalman? Is he not considered?
It's not flavour of the month anymore, isn't it?
He's in the youth team. He scored a wonder goal in the youth team.
Wonder goal.
That goal against Bayern was brazy.
Tell me,
crazy.
Yeah,
disgusting.
Scored a wonder goal against Bayern. I think he should be another one he could bring into the squad as well. Like even Zubimendi, to be honest with you, the last 2 he played well against Bayern, but the 2 games, the Tottenham game and the Chelsea game, he was missing.
Physical. I'm telling you, that guy. I think Caps mentioned it as well. When it comes to the physical,
he
doesn't want it, man.
Paulinho gave him everything he wanted and then some in that North London derby.
I feel like you got someone like you brought Norgard in. Why didn't you just take him off and bring on Norgard? I know people think Norgard for all that, but Norgard could have handled the physical.
You don't trust him, man. You don't trust him.
But he could have handled the physical challenge against Chelsea yesterday. Norgard, he could have, made it solid. And know what I mean, but he doesn't trust him. If you don't trust him, why sign him in the first place? What's the point of signing him?
It's just a filler, innit? That's what they just see. Cheap. That's what Arsenal, innit? Cheap, typical cheap signing.
but simultaneously, like Arteta wanted that player.
Mhm.
You know, like, and this is what is so fucking frustrating, like with him, right? You know, like rather he demands players. For example, he demanded Raheem Sterling last year, right? Oh, he knew right out of the gate he needed Raheem Sterling, right? You know, like again, like this, like personally, like my hypothesis as to why he has been dawdling on such on all these crap transfers is because it buys him time. It still plays into the facade and into the narrative that he doesn't have all the pieces in his squad, that he still needs more time and more money to go back into the market to get players that he wants, not that the club needs, but that he wants. And ultimately, it's just rinse and repeat every single year. I'm telling you, like Zubimendi, like again, like there are some players, as we know, that perform great in certain leagues. Those players do not really play well in other leagues. We're seeing it right now. Like for example, Scott McTominay. I mean, like man was absolutely dreadful for United, and now he is absolutely just he's gassing his ziplock. Like over in Italy, we have seen this so many times, and unfortunately, Zubimendi is weak. He looks frail, and you know, and there were so many better options that were. I mean, we do need pace and power in the midfield. We can't.
Exactly.
We cannot expect Rice to be running 13 kilometers a match.
If Rice gets injured, we're doomed. If Rice gets injured, we are doomed.
Rice gets injured, it's the end of the season.
Yeah, that's it. Forget about it.
Right. Rather, like if Rice were to get injured, it'll be as great of a drop off, even more when Saliba got injured that year.
100%.
Go on, Craig. Go on.
There's a couple of players who could have got to the Zubimendi in the summer. Like, you got Anderson at Nottingham Forest. He would have been a good partner next to Rice. You got the guy from Crystal Palace, Wharton. He could have done a job next to Rice. Quality player. Could have paid the extra 10, 20 million and could have got Wharton for 70 mil or maybe 65 add-ons as well.
Could have got Douglas Luiz.
We also could have got Yusuf Fofana. We also could have gotten on the Kefram Turan before he went over to Italy, and both of those like were on a free. As far as rather maybe not Turan, but rather there were still
Fofana was free.
Fofana was free.
Yeah, that's right. So I mean, and again, like we're just a bunch of schmucks on YouTube. Arsenal, they have an entire team devoted to scouting and transfers. How are they not? So either the scouting and transfer team at Arsenal, either they are identifying these players and Arteta is saying no, don't want them, or that team is not identifying them and Arteta is none the wiser. It has to be one of the two.
That's probably why they brought in Berta then, isn't it?
Of course.
Exactly. So, and it should be no surprise that players like Hincapié, players like Eze, players like Mosquera, like those they were all identified by Berta, not by
they're not Arteta.
And
Gokres as well, yeah.
That's why he threw Eze under the bus straight away as soon as he made a mistake. I think the first game he threw Eze straight under the bus, like
that's right. Game. That's right, but this manager and a lot of these fans too. They have been so patient. They've been figuring out excuses all the way from Portland all the way down to to Perth, Australia, to find every single last excuse and reason why Martin Odegaard and 29 should retain their position. In the starting 11. It's crazy. It's see, that is an agenda right there. That's an agenda.
Mm-hmm.
I do feel Odegaard has a place coming on and controlling the tempo now and again.
Odegaard's got a place at selling beer outside the fucking stadium. He don't deserve to play for this team.
I don't think he's a bad player, but he's not got the fight. He hasn't got the fight.
But Caps, my only argument is the Odegaard what we saw previously. The only Odegaard I want to see is the one against
Newcastle.
And Newcastle. I don't want to see the I don't want to see, and I know he's just come back here, but I don't want to see the Odegaard that is swinging in crosses to no one. Swinging in crosses, just swinging in crosses. I want this Odegaard to be turning inside, smashing the ball. Because he can shoot. But Yeah, he's still a pitiful, but he's got when he wants to shoot, yeah, he's got a decent shot on him.
No,
You know what I'm saying?
he has.
The thing is, what do you guys want to see ahead of the Brentford game? Because now the manager's got players coming back now, and he has to rotate. I know we don't want to. We might want to see it, we might not want to see it, but he's going to have to rotate at some point. Yeah.
You might as well play.
Who do you think starts that Brentford game?
You might as well play Rice and
play that game at all.
Norgard midfield or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
Do you trust Norgard that much?
No.
Or he'll play Rice and Eze and Odegaard.
Zubi.
That's what he'll do.
I can see that.
That's what he'll do.
I don't want it. I can see it.
I'm just saying. That's what he's going to play.
Norgard. He should be playing Norgard and even risk Odegaard as the two defensive midfielders in this situation and start Wanyeri as the number 10.
He's never going to do that, though, man. Come on.
Yeah, of course he's not, because he's a dumbass.
Why, though? Why? Someone give me an answer. Give me a reason why.
Dumbass is the manager. That's why.
He's never gonna. Wanyeri gives the ball. I love Wanyeri, bro. I'm telling you, he gives the ball away too much.
And so does Marino. So does
I know, but I don't know. Marino
gets
more goals.
So does Odegaard.
Everybody gives the ball away.
I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is.
Bro, there's no such creative player in the history of this game that hasn't given the ball away.
I don't know what he doesn't like about Wanyeri.
And Pele have given the ball away, so that's not a good enough excuse.
Nah,
this should be a perfect game.
He plays for himself. I'm going to be honest. He plays for himself, Wanyeri, a little bit. He needs to think. He needs to smarten up his game. He needs to smarten up his game.
Bro, again, there's a difference of smartening up your game and getting stuck with the bullshit that this manager is giving you to do. That's two separate situations there. First of all, Wanyeri should be getting in because he needs to give somebody some time off. Whether he's the number 10 or the makeshift backup right wing to Saka, at whatever positions, he needs some time.
I would have made him the backup right winger, and then I wouldn't have bought Madueke. I'd have bought someone else. I'd have bought a midfielder or something.
Great
I would have done.
Good shout.
Exactly. But see, like for this, it should be Madueke. Madueke should be on the right. In my personal opinion, you go with a completely different midfield if you're going to be serious. Because at this current point in time, if you're going to run it back, you're going to get the same starting 11 against Brentford. Cool. You may get a victory because Brentford is shit. And you get it. But now this team has played how many straight games, and now we're going up against our bogey team Villa.
Yeah,
we're not doing this to where we're playing Brentford and then we're getting last place Wolves, where we can afford to do a rotation and we got to worry. We have to do a rotation because if now we're going away to Villa. And this has been the team that has historically, since Emery's taken over the team, has been a problem for us.
Yeah, Villa scored the most goals outside the box. You know that, yeah?
Yeah.
Besides that, they're the most informed team in Europe at home right now.
They scored so many bangers outside the box, bro. Villa are like, they're not messing about this season.
But I would drop Saka for this game. I would play him. I guess
he's not going to drop Saka. He's not going to drop Rice. He's not going to drop.
But he should.
These guys are tired mentally as well, so I don't see why. You know what? Sometimes, yeah, I'd rather him try something new. And if whatever happens, it happens, innit? But to just be neglectful and just keep playing the players over and over and over again, you must have saw it at the Chelsea game that these guys mentally looked finished.
You know, something new. Remember when we was dead. I can't remember what season it was. We was dire. Lacazette and all that was up front. Aubameyang. And then he just put Smith Rowe and Nketiah at the bridge.
Saka, yeah. We won that. Yeah, we won that game. Yeah,
and we won that game. That's you only do it when he's like fully under pressure.
When it's bare bones. When Rice goes down or when whoever goes down, that's when he's gonna. Let me bring Wanyeri back into the team and stuff. But it shouldn't be like that. A top manager shouldn't be handling players.
See, but
Wanyeri should be getting.
That's the issue right there. See, like that.
He gets top wages. Top wages, manager.
Of course, he gets top wages, but he's not a top manager. Let's be real here. Like I said in our group chat, Carlo Ancelotti has rested the greatest players for the smaller games and play them in the big games. Again, I'm sorry, man. Everybody, the one guy in our chat was talking crazy. Oh, you don't know what you're talking about with the Bayern game. Bro, fuck that Bayern game. I'm sorry. Rude awakening. Arsenal is not winning the Champions League this year. Let's get that shit out of our head. They're not winning the fucking Champions League. We do not have the history or the heritage in these competitions to automatically say that Arsenal's going to go and win this. We don't.
Listen, our team now is better than
Chelsea had to build it. Chelsea
so.
took 7 years from when Jose Mourinho took over their team, all the trophies that they won, for them to get the winning heritage to eventually win the Champions League. Look how many years it took City. This Arsenal team with this manager with constant stupid mistakes like this is not going to win no fucking Champions League, especially when you run up against the bigger teams when the heritage kicks in. That's the elephant in the room as far as Champions League. So that was the whole reason why you should have rested the players against Bayern. Cool. Great day out. We beat Bayern Munich, got over them. Big whoop-de-doo. You screwed up at home. We got to win this league. We got to win this league first and foremost. I'm not a believer that we're winning this Champions League. All 3 domestic trophies is what should be on the menu this year right now. Champions League could be next year or 2 years down the line. We got to establish a winning mentality first before we go worry about the Champions League. I'm sorry, man. That's why you should have bit the bullet against Bayern. If you took a loss, who cares? You'd be fully fledged, ready to go to the bridge to go beat Chelsea and keep up the point difference between.
Yeah, but it's a mental factor. He's not going to want to lose a game, is he? It's a mental factor for the players.
Bro, that mental factor should not matter if it's a Bayern Munich group stage game.
So mental factor, we won and we went to Chelsea with the same.
But we didn't lose against Chelsea, though, did we? We didn't lose. I'm not.
I wanted to win. I
wanted to win the game before we start, but we didn't lose, did we? It's away from Chelsea, bro.
I don't want to come at this sounding crazy, but only in England can they come up with these random quotes about, mentality this and mentality that. You're not going to sit here and tell me somebody who's grew up watching Serie A, watching Inter, AC Milan, and Juventus, take games off in the Champions League to make sure they're good in the league, turn around when the knockout stages come out, and they still go on to win the trophy. I'm not hearing none of that bullshit. Jose Mourinho never taught that bullshit in all the games that he's won across his career. Pep Guardiola's done it where he's rested players like that. I'm not hearing none of that, bro. This is all this. We want to remain safe. We want to remain PC, and we want to remain nothing but positive for Arsenal. Miss me with that bullshit. Let's go off of what really happens when team wins.
And I think it's also.
But dude, the thing is, sorry to interrupt you. We've got. I heard fans saying we've got the biggest squad in Europe. So we should be playing our best. We should be going to win every game, innit? No.
Well,
games that matter. The games that matter. We start the same starting 11 against the bullshit teams in the Champions League, and then we wonder why we rack up injuries. You should have taken
them little silly games that you should be playing. Your
best and sorry, Bayern is a silly game. I don't care what anybody says.
It's true.
I don't care what anybody says.
Yeah, them games.
If you lose the Bayern game, rest, and you win against Chelsea, we're in a better situation now to where we could rest players in a bullshit Premier League game to where now we go after the Champions League and another big one to make sure we got our home field advantage. That's all that matters. As long as Arsenal finishes top 4 and the Emirates is the place where you got to play up until semifinals, what the hell do we care about rotating against Bayern for?
It's his ego, isn't it? It's his own ego about trying to be top of the league. That's his own ego.
But honestly, if we didn't win, the thing is, we didn't win the Bayern game with a confidence booster. If we lost the Bayern game, players' confidence would have been down. You know how fragile our team is already when they lose the game. They can't flush out their system. So we had to win the Bayern game just to give us confidence for the Chelsea game. If we had rested Spurs against the Bayern and we lost, we would have lost against Chelsea yesterday. I'm telling you, 100%. That's the mentality.
But does that not speak more onto the problems with the manager than anything else?
Correct.
Because there's managers that can go into Champions League, lose a game, and turn around and say, you know what, get over it, immediately come here, and you come back and set the precedent by beating the team in the league.
Yeah, it's true.
We need to flush this out of our. We need to flush this kind of bullshit mentality out of our system, bro. Yeah, we lose, we go again. It shouldn't be like, if we lose against Bayern Munich, the mentality we lose again. No, bro.
And to be honest, Craig is right, because what is historical about this Arsenal team in these second place runs? When we drop points in batches. Once we screw up one game, it's normally a 3 to 4 game run where we drop points. But again, that goes back to the manager. If you don't have the mentality to get over that bullshit, then I'm sorry, man. It's always going to happen. There's no season that's going to go completely perfect for a team. There's no season where that's going to happen.
Let me
Have you looked at the leagues? Have you looked at the leagues around? Sorry, Craig, I'll let you come in after. Have you looked at the leagues currently around the world? So I was looking at 3 leagues. So Bundesliga, you've got Bayern Munich. They're currently in front by about 8 points.
Ain't lost the game.
English Premier League with 5 points in front. Turkish League, I think they're 1 point in front. And the Italian Serie A, I think there's 2 is it 1 point?
No,
or 1 point between first and second, the top two.
The top two are tied. It's only like 4 points separate 1 through 7 in it.
Yeah. So it goes to show you, that no one's pulling away apart from Bayern Munich. No one's pulling away, and we had the opportunity to pull away, but we didn't pull away. That's the issue that we've got here. We didn't take that opportunity to pull away, and Arteta must have been up all night thinking of what to do in this game, in the Chelsea game. But when it came to the approach of the game, when we started over, okay, losing Saliba, that when we lost Saliba, does that
okay
mean
Saliba?
But
Saliba, he does so much in bringing in composing us at the back.
Yeah.
That Mascara with the ball was like a hot potato for him.
Yeah.
I'm not hearing that. I'm not hearing that,
He
brother.
was like a hot potato. I'm just telling you about the game. I'm not talking about not a good player. I'm taking the game yesterday. The ball was like a hot potato for my man. Do you see how he was just whipping it into the? He can't, bruv. He's not composed enough back there. Capia nearly gave them a goal.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, all I'll say is that sure, they had a few lapses, but but the change in the center back pairing had nothing to do with the fact that we were just not up for that game yesterday as a whole.
We couldn't even play the ball out. We couldn't even play the ball out.
Hang on,
remember how many passes did we do? Like midfield, back to defense, back to midfield, around the midfield, back to the winger, or back around again. We didn't even do any of that because that man looked shook back there.
To that end, that's where this manager needs to hold that L forever.
Yeah, it's true. It's true.
And also as well, Abs, I don't think Mikel Arteta has a full night's sleep ever since bottling that 8-point lead back in 22-23. I mean, I'm telling you, this man is rattled to the core. But the only thing I would object to is that I find it very hard to use the fact that we had 2 different center backs in the back 4, and that was the reason why we were looking like geriatrics fucking on a shuffleboard court going up in the final third. I don't buy that for a second. And unfortunately as well, this is why Arteta is not a top manager, simply because if we take out 1 or 2 key players from our squad, everything just goes to shit. Everything just turns into a complete magic 8 ball. That's not that should be disconcerting, not just from a micro perspective off of one game, but a macro perspective over the course of an entire season. But simply as well. I just don't think. Overall, I don't think the players were even up for it. You could even see from the first whistle, Chelsea were famished to get those 3 points, and even after they had a man sent, even after they had a man sent off, they were still looking like they were playing with 11 men. I don't know. I don't buy the whole center back excuse as a reason. And honestly, rather looking Capia, Mascara, they had a few mistakes, but they were still decent for what they were worth.
Big up, Gary. Go on, Craig. What are you saying?
They were useless back there. That's the manager's fault because he hardly plays them.
Well, Tatsu is kind of true. Yesterday, they did look nervous at the back yesterday. Mbappe and Mascara. Mascara looked very passing balls out the box, where Chelsea intercepted could have been through on goal. And Mbappe made a mistake, and then the guy went on João Pedro. If he took a shot, he would have scored. Tried to do some next stupidness and they missed.
Declan Rice come and save them.
Yeah, Declan Rice made a last-ditch tackle to win the ball as well. I think the problem with the club, not just the club, it's a mentality thing. The last time we won a major trophy was 2004. 2004, we won the Premier League title. And in that season, we could have won more than the Premier League title. What happened? We played Man United in the semi-final FA Cup. What did Wenger do? Rested players. What happened? We lost. Next game, we played Chelsea in the semi. No, we played Chelsea in the quarterfinals of the Champions League.
Oh,
And we lost
knocked us
against
out.
them at Highbury. Knocked us out.
Wayne
Wayne
Bridge.
Bridge scored the winner.
Oh, don't bring that up,
No,
man.
no,
Wait.
Pain.
It's a mentality thing. Our mentality at the club sometimes is weak.
Facts.
Our mentality at the club is weak. We need to stop. If we want to be a big club winning big trophies, you have to go to Chelsea, no matter the atmosphere, no matter the situation, you go there and you win. Big clubs know how to win against these teams.
Mm-hmm.
That's the problem. If we're a big club, want to win a trophy, we have to go there and be serious and go there and win, no matter what. Even if we win 1-0 or 2-0, win ugly, we'll go there, win ugly, game on, move on, next game. That's what we need to do. Yesterday, we could have won that game. We shouldn't have drawn against Chelsea. We should have won that game. With them, even 10 or 11 men, we should have won that game yesterday. No excuses. That's all I got to say.
Absolutely.
Okay. So let's do like an 11 of who we want to see starting against Brentford on Wednesday. Yeah. Let me just bring up the lineup thing quickly. What's happened to Kepa as well? Is he alive?
I would start him against Brentford.
Do you know that? You know when Raya the corner happened? Yeah, when they scored off the corner, the ball was going out when Raya saved it. It was going out.
Was it?
The guy, yeah.
Going
He's
out.
erratic, bro. He's
Oh,
erratic.
you serious?
I'm serious.
going
Look
out
it
for
back.
goal
He was
kick.
going out. He didn't even have to touch it.
The Pedro header, yeah.
Yeah, because he's
Pedro
only
had it,
6 foot. Because he's about 5'10".
You know the header at the end kills me, bro. That header at the end where Timber headers it.
Timber one.
Oh god.
Oh man, we would have been having different
Why
conversations.
is Timber in the 8? Rather, why is Timber in the 6-yard box for that cross? Why?
I know. Should be an
Timber
attacker,
shouldn't
no?
be that far forward unless it's a corner kick. Other than that,
Yeah.
he should be staying
Right.
back and covering the back line.
Right.
Well, it was the last attack. I don't know, man. It was the last
Yeah,
attack.
he probably just said, you know what,
Yeah,
I want to win this game because Timber's got a different mentality to some of these players. Isn't he?
Sure. And he's absolutely quality, and I am not I'm not slighting him whatsoever, but I just find it a bit strange because rather like Timber's not exactly the most, he's not known for his, aerial goals, if you will.
Yeah.
But Gyökeres is, right. And as I mentioned earlier, like that, I think that cross was the only potential service that he could have received that game.
Good cross by Nkapake.
Yeah.
Who crossed it? Was it
Nkapake,
Noni,
what his
innit?
name is. Yeah.
Noni?
Nah,
It was Noni that crossed it.
no, it wasn't.
Was it? It was.
I think it wasn't Capia. I think it wasn't
It was
Capia.
him. It was yeah.
Was it Capio?
Yeah, it was Capia. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. My laptop's lagging a bit. So okay, who are we going with in golden?
I would go Kepa.
Can you see the screen? Can you see the screen?
Yeah.
Okay.
Rye has now had notable mistakes back to back. Whether was like against Spuds. Like again, I do not rate any keeper who gets lobbed more than 40 feet off. Man. I don't rate it.
Don't forget Sunderland as well. Sunderland, he was part to blame.
Right.
Doc, do you put that down to Rye, or do you put that down to the stupidity of these tactics by the manager?
Definitely a little bit of column A, a little bit of column B for sure. I think it's
a combination. Watch a game. You know when you're on TV, yeah, you can't see what Ray is doing. Ray is on the halfway line, bro.
Yeah.
When the ball's in
Yeah.
the other.
Yeah,
man.
man. Those on the halfway line. If you go to the Emirates and watch them,
Bro,
those
it's
on the halfway
crazy,
line.
man.
Like the other day, was taking a throw in yesterday. I don't know if you saw it, took a throw in yesterday.
Is he bald or something?
Bro,
He's
every
very
minute
bold.
you just see him running back. Every minute you just see him running back. You're just like, what are you doing?
All right, guys. Who we playing right back? Timber?
Timber
innit?
or Ben
Only
White.
one.
Timber or Ben
Oh
White.
yeah.
I would also go Ben White.
White.
He's not gonna.
Who we going with?
You know what? You're absolutely right. Arteta's not going to do this. Simply because he's a stubborn.
What
creature.
are we going with?
Yeah.
Forget about Arteta. What are we gonna go with? Ben
I
White?
like Ben White, man. Ben White. He needs game time now, man. He's not playing a lot.
Because the thing is though, guys, yeah, we're coming up to a period now, yeah, where it's 3 games every day. I mean, three games every week. So
Yep.
you have to start utilizing the squad. You can't just be like playing your best players every single game. There's going to be give or take, or the best players are going to break.
And if we beat Brighton in the League Cup, now we got 2 extra games for the semifinal of the League Cup mixed in with FA Cup games. So you got a lot more games coming to hit.
Well, Jesus can play them games, isn't it?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I forgot about Jesus.
He's back
So
now.
who are we going for the two here? Is it Hincapi and
Yeah.
It's got to be.
Well, it has to be, isn't it? It has to be.
Them
'cause
two. Yeah.
I like Himpakia at right left back.
left back? Yeah, he
Right.
looks decent at
Yeah,
left
He
back.
looks
I
good
think
at
he's better
good at left back.
yeah.
When
He
Saliba
does
and
look pretty
Gabriel's
good.
back, I play him left back.
Oh,
Mm-mm.
I am telling you, like Hincapié will be the starting left back eventually. Rather, I mean, 'cause, like he's like I'm telling you, I've been watching him at least since like 2020. Like he is class. He really is.
Class.
Like
He is.
I mean, he has that very typical like South American like bulldog in him. I
like him. I like him.
Yeah, you know who he reminds me of? He reminds me of Felipe Luis when he was with Chelsea and with Atletico.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
he reminds me so much of Felipe Luis. He's got that South American grunt in him to just start fights and everything else. But he defensively, you can't really beat him one-on-one because of the pace and physicality he's got.
You can't.
You know, so it's funny, so rather the example that I was thinking of, like he's a slightly more faster paced version of Lucio.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Yeah. Yeah.
Lucio was good on the ball, you know. Lucio was class on the ball.
Hincapié is good, man. That back line at 3 for Leverkusen, he was good.
Yeah.
And when Grimaldo got hurt for part of that season, he got moved to the left midfield in that 3-4-3 and still balled out.
Yeah.
The guy's a good player.
Crazy. So who are we going next to Hincapié? Saliba or Mosquera?
Well,
You
know what, Eric? I'm going to break some balls. If I'm going to be Arteta, if I'm going to put my Arteta hat on, I'm going to put Ben White as the other center back and put Norgard at right back just to tap into the old Thomas Partey bullshit.
Nah, man.
Thomas Partey settings.
Mosquera's the other center back.
I think it's a good idea to to show faith in both Mosquera and Hincapié, despite the fact that they did have a few errors against Chelsea. I mean, like they were errors that did not truly alter or shape the game like 100%.
Listen, Brentford's got the second best striker in the league at the moment. What's his name?
Yeah,
Thiago?
Brentford ain't no casuals, you know. Brentford are gonna be like they're gonna put it on us, yeah. They're gonna try and put it on us.
Especially for long throws.
Yeah, they got some long throws as well. Yeah, for real.
Coyote.
Yeah, Coyote. Yeah, he's good as well.
Yeah.
Who's
I play
left
Lewis
back?
Skelly left back. I play Mark
Lewis Skelly, man. Lewis Skelly has to play,
Are
man.
you lot tossing in Skelly at the moment?
No, he needs games,
yeah,
man. He needs games.
He needs games. And if Calafiori gets booked, against Brentford, he'll miss the Aston Villa games or 4 bookings. So he needs to rest.
You're joking.
Yes, yeah, 4 bookings now. He got booked.
Zubi must be on about.
Yeah.
Zubi must be on about the same.
No, Zubi's on about 2, I think.
Skelly's got a yellow card too.
Zubi's on 3 bookings.
Zubi's on about. I know. Zubi's got
I'm
loads
not
of
happy
bookings.
with Skelly at the moment. You know, I just think he's like.
Yeah, but in this game, they're going to play 3 at the back. And in this game, they're going to go to a 3 at the back, and then Skelly will go into midfield. So then that's how.
So he do the invert, yeah.
Yeah.
I think
that fits White too, because White shouldn't be going. Ben White should not be going forward at all. He doesn't have the pace to recover anymore.
But Ben White is the better overlapping fullback.
Ben White's good at overlapping though.
He's good at overlapping.
Screw that shit. He's good at overlapping, and we ain't won shit. He needs to go back.
I'm telling you, man.
He's better than Timber going forward. That's what I'm saying.
Brother, we shouldn't need that.
I'm just saying.
We shouldn't need that, bro. I'm sorry, man. These guys are not built like that. They're not. Timber should be sitting back with the 2 center backs and have a full.
He does. Timber stays back. Timber stays back.
Back line of 3 to protect.
Because he plays for 3 at the back, doesn't he?
Sorry, man. The screen's just done a bit of a
matters.
You're all good.
Yeah.
Technicality shows. Technical.
But it's man, Ben White and Timber on that right back side should not be being pushed up at all, man. I'm sorry. That's again, them being pushed up is part of the problem to why we leave ourselves open for counterattacks. There should be no reason. Again, if you stop putting Saka or Martinelli or Trossard or whoever you want at the left wing as touchline wingers,
but when you
wouldn't have to worry about this nonsense.
Yeah, but when you're playing against the opposition and they're only keeping one player up front, what's the point in having 3 players back there? You might as well push another player up. No?
Brother, there's no, again, because there's a one-off chance that you can get beat with that. So why even risk it?
Yeah, but that's the whole point of like being a dominant team. You have to take risks.
Brother, you can take risks. You can take risks with still structure.
Yeah, it's within the,
this is all again. Okay. So Jose Mourinho's Inter Milan didn't take risks with a solid back line that won them.
Yeah, but that's Mourinho. You can't just say Mourinho. You can't just like pull out Mourinho. Like
you can pull out any manager. You
get your nemesis, Caps kid, because Caps usually
say someone attacking. Say someone like Pep or someone.
Okay, no. I won't even use Pep. What about Roberto De Zerbi when he took over?
Yeah, De Zerbi. Do you know what De Zerbi does? That every other manager now is copying? He makes the goalkeeper a centre back, and then he puts another player in midfield. So now you've got 4 people at the back. So you've got the goalkeeper, the centre back, the other centre back will be left or right back, and then the full back. And then he puts someone in midfield.
No,
so he's taking a risk.
Doesn't. He swings his back line, brother. I've watched De Zerbi and City A with Sassuolo. I watched De Zerbi and City A with
Sassuolo. Yo, SKFC. How you doing, bro?
And I watched Benevento.
Yeah, I'm good, man.
Back line of 3. He pushes one full back up, man. We're doing too much here.
Hold on. We got new guests, people. Got new guests. Big up to. Hold on, Caps. We got a new guest, man like SKFC. I'm taking your Arsenal fan, yeah.
Oh, actually, I'm not. The reason why I came on because I'm a Chelsea fan, so I assumed the stream was about the game.
No, get out.
Back to Stankford Bridge, you go.
Oh, you know what I mean?
That's
No. That's nasty. No. Big up SK. No, you know what, SK?
No, listen. I come in peace, bro. I'm just here to talk ball. That's all I care.
Yeah, no. Do you know what? It's cool. You know what, guys? Let's welcome SK and we get on with the team in a bit. Yeah, I want to see what he's got to say because yeah. Let's see what he's got to say, man. But yeah,
who won man of the match? Who won man of the match? Who won man of the match yesterday?
Yeah, was it Reece James? I think.
Oh,
Reece James.
Chat to us, my friend. Chat to us.
No, I mean, like when it comes to yesterday and yesterday's result, like, I mean, I'll be honest, I'm more chill when it comes to my expectations of Chelsea, at least this season, just because like I feel like for us, like we haven't really been in like a title challenge, like an actual title race since like 2017. So I'm not as like I know obviously some Chelsea fans were starting to buy to the hype of like, oh, we're really about to like chase Arsenal down for the league or whatever. So like I think if you were thinking about it from that perspective, then yeah, yesterday's result was probably a bit disappointing. But listen, my focus right now is I just want Chelsea to be an established top 4 team first before you start worrying about like the Premier League and that kind of shit. So actually, am I allowed to swear in here? I don't want to be doing too much.
No, it's fine.
Okay. so yeah, that's kind of where I'm at in terms of like the result. In terms of the game itself, I thought it was pretty even. Like I think even before like the red card, like there was a lot of interesting things that both teams are trying to do. Like I think you guys were way more aggressive in the press. So like you guys were forcing a lot of like long balls to João Pedro, and it kind of worked to varying successes. Like he had a couple good flick-ons, but he's obviously not like a target guy. I thought I think the player that impressed me the most from you guys yesterday was probably Zubimendi. I thought he did a good job of aiding the build-up. I thought I'm talking about like from what I saw. I thought he did a good job in terms of like because he was the guy used to like man mark Enzo. I thought Saka had a good game yesterday as well. Like I thought he did a good job of like getting the better of Cucurella. I was a bit annoyed at the goal you guys scored, specifically at Fofana, because he was like marking Marino, right? Like when Saka was dribbling Cucurella, and then he gets into the box, and then he all of a sudden forgets the guy he's supposed to mark. I just thought Marino had too much space to get that header off, so I was a bit annoyed about that. But overall, I thought the game was like it was like more scrappy, which I don't mind.
I hear it. What did you think of your overall performance for Chelsea? Was you happy with the draw, or
I think in the context of what happened, like you're playing the league leaders, you go down a man, and you go down a man with what, like about 60 minutes of the game left, right? So I think that's about as good of a result as you're gonna get, like in those circumstances. So I'm not like that upset about it. It's just, again, like I said, the goal itself, the goal that Chelsea actually conceded, I just thought was a bit annoying because I think it was pretty preventable in terms of like just being a bit better in terms of like having better awareness of your surroundings. But yeah, overall though, I'm not that upset about the performance.
In terms of like challenging, do you think you guys are still in for a shout for the league, or do you think you can mount a title challenge?
No, I don't think Chelsea are consistent enough yet to have that conversation. Like, this is still a team that has gone 7 red cards already, right? Going into December. This is a team that we draw points against United, who should have been an easy game. We draw points against Brighton, who are actually pretty good themselves, but they were playing well up until the red card. That was unforced, by the way. We threw the game away against Sunderland. So you look at those things. This is a team that was just going band for band with Karabakh, like not even 2 weeks ago. So it's like I can't in earnest say, yeah, no, this squad as it is right now has shown the consistency to go the distance like that. I think honestly, my goal for Chelsea this season is I just want to see progression, right? Like 2 seasons ago, they got like 66 points. Last season, I think it was like 70. Like, I'm hoping for if I see like a 10-point improvement, I think that's a good season for Chelsea in terms of like, at least specifically in the league anyway.
I hear it. Well, thanks for coming on, man.
I appreciate
you, man.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, man. Have you got a channel at all?
Yeah, I do. It's not Chelsea centered. Like, I just talk about general football topics that I find
shout
interesting.
Your channel out, bro. We'll drop it a sub as well. So shout your channel out.
Oh, appreciate you. But should I just should I put like the link in the private chat or
yeah,
like
please do.
Right.
Please do.
Yeah, so like right now I'm hoping to kind of start doing more like video essays. That's kind of where I want to get to, but right now I kind of just do I'll do live streams every now and then. So obviously you guys are more than welcome to come on. And because I have been subs to this channel for a while, but I usually don't really do like open links, so I usually just in the chat sometimes from time to time.
I hear it. Let me just put your link in the chat as well. So everyone, if you can go and sub to, is it SKC 9525? Make sure you go and subscribe to SK's channel as well, and I'll check you out as well. I'll sub to your channel as well a little bit later, man. But it's nice to get a Chelsea's perspective. I must be happy tonight, because for me to let a Chelsea fan on this ranting stream, I must be happy, because I was absolutely fuming with that result. When you're going for a title, and especially against if not your biggest ops, it's so disappointing, to go into the game like the approach you went into the game. Now, no one's saying that Chelsea isn't a good team. We'll say Chelsea's a good team, but I just felt that we just went into that team with the wrong attitude. And you know what? Big up to Maresca, innit? He's got this thing over Arteta, Maresca, innit? Even though we don't win, and we're not be winning at Stamford Bridge, he's just got this thing over Arteta at the moment, which
Maresca's a weird guy, because his at least lately, like his big game performances tend to be not that bad, right? Like you can say the Barcelona game last week or against PSG in the World Cup final. Obviously, they didn't have a particular good game against Bayern, but it's always like those games against, like, I won't even necessarily say the smaller teams, but more so the teams that have a bit more defensive discipline. That's usually tends to be like his banana peels.
I hear it. But yeah, we're just gonna get on with our lineup, and then I think we're just gonna call it a day. But thank you for joining again, SK, and then yeah, we will hope all the members will subscribe to your channel as well. But it'd be nice for you to.
No problem. Thanks for having me. I'll definitely try to come on again. So I appreciate you guys again.
Yeah, definitely, man. We work something out, man. You know what I mean? All right.
All right.
You take care of yourself, bro. Take care. Thank you. Yes, people. Anyway, let's just get on with this lineup, man. Oh my god, I must have been feeling nice today because it's no Chelsea allowed.
Honestly, man, you are a man of unparalleled compassion. Truly,
mate. Anyway, let's get on with the lineup and then let's get out of here. So. Back four, we've got Skelly, Incapié, Mosquera, White. Where's Caps gone as well? Yeah, he's just disappeared. Always disappearing with his sinking Wi-Fi, Titanic Wi-Fi. Who we got as the main three? Because this is the sticking point, right? Is our midfield, isn't it?
Norgard.
This is the controller of the game.
I'll put Norgard there.
Who?
Norgard.
Yeah, I don't want to see it, but he should. I mean, we are stuck in a position where, so mind you, like for years, right? For years, we were pleading for a true six, like a real anchor in the midfield, as we did not replace that ever since like Vieira and Gilberto Silva had left. Rather, like Partey was like the first like real like instance of like replacing that, but Rice really has like come into it. But with that being said, like I mean, like Rice is running like. I mean, he's averaging like 11 to 13 kilometers a match, right? I mean, he's all over the place. And if everyone that's still chattering about like a quad, like come February, like we need this man completely healthy season long. So, like unfortunately, we have no choice simply because this was the backup that Arteta wanted, despite the fact that there were a plethora of options otherwise, and I don't think we have anyone like in the academy that would be, rather like that could perhaps like slot in there. I mean, rather the only thing that I would maybe think of, I mean, of course it is a bit, like fantasy-esque, but like there is that Marley Salmon kid in the academy, like who is rather, from what I've been told, is a pretty decent center back. I would play him at center back. I would move Hincapié to left back, and I'll play Lewis Skelly like in his midfield role, like, as he should be playing. But I know that I'm dreaming.
No, that's not happening, man.
You're right. I'm certainly prefacing that I am dreaming for sure, no shadow of a doubt.
See, for this, I would do Norgard, Odegaard, and Wanyeri.
Same. I was just about to say that.
Yeah, that's Odegaard. So Odegaard.
All we're missing is a Damsgaard, then we can have, an entire Nordic midfield three of, guards.
What is that? What's going on here? Incapié. Do you think that midfield's good enough though?
No,
it's not.
Do you think this midfield is good enough?
But it's not. But again, it's down to how
management.
How far do you want to risk? It's basically how far do you want to risk everybody else's health in the wake of we're gonna try to get.
Did you say Ethan?
Yeah, Ethan Wanyeri, yeah. And on the right,
and up top,
I'm putting on the right. I'm putting Madueke to get some minutes. Yep. So I put him there. Madueke starts for me. It's like I said, we dropped for this game. Needs to be rested.
Yeah, Gyökeres starts, isn't it?
Gyökeres up top.
Yep.
In his match fitness now. In his match fitness.
Yes.
His match fitness. On the left, Martinelli needs match fitness as well. So I put Martinelli.
What about Jesus? Not ready yet.
Not
No,
ready
I would
yet.
have started this game. No, I'll bring him off the bench. Play one. You can bring him on.
And who on the left?
Or something. Martinelli.
I honestly,
Smelly.
I honestly, to be honest with, if I was being honest, I would put Martinelli as the striker and start Dalman.
Not gonna happen.
What on the left?
I know.
I don't think Martinelli is good enough to start as a.
I don't think he's good enough to start.
All the goals that he scored so far is from the central position rather than coming off the left-hand side.
Oh no, I mean,
you think Trossard will be back though?
I'm not risking Trossard.
I would have rushed Trossard for this game. I'll risk it for the Aston Villa game. Aston Villa game would be enough fitness. Aston Villa's a massive game. We have to beat Villa on their ground. That's a massive game. So it's either Martinelli or who else can play there?
Maybe put Madueke on the left. I mean, like, granted, he's a lot better on the right. He's a lot. I mean, like, you're right. I mean, he's far better on the right. But I mean, like, unfortunately, I don't disagree that Martinelli has proven a lot better up front, but I don't think he's good enough, like, to actually start. I think he has greater impact off the bench rather.
I agree with you, but again, Trossard's the guy that all these top gooners wanted to sell, and yet this guy's been kicking ass for us as far as getting goals and assists. I'm not risking him.
I agree with that. Well.
Yeah. Who are we playing on the left then?
Martinelli.
Martinelli. So he needs to have a game tomorrow.
See, in my honest opinion, with this should be a 4-2-3-1. This should be a 4-2-3-1 instead of a 4-3-3. Because for me, Wanyeri should be playing link up with Gyökeres and link up with Madueke and Martinelli. That's how it should be. You put Wanyeri in the middle, put Martinelli on the left, and Gyökeres is the striker. Wanyeri, everybody talks about he gives the ball away. If he can link up with Madueke, Martinelli, and Gyökeres, we should rip Brentford apart.
100%. Move the ball quicker.
You happy with that team then?
Yeah,
starting team. But we've got the best squad in the league, so this should be able to beat a team.
Right? Yeah, best squad depth in the world from what we're told.
Best squad in the league has to win the league. If we're the best squad in the league, we have to win the league. Simple as that.
I mean, like,
Jesus can come on off the bench. I think it's time to, like, give him a little something. So just give him a little something.
Jesus can come on from Martinelli left wing.
Yeah.
Hold on. I'm like, is Eze not starting in this?
No, rest of Aston Villa, man.
Rest all of them.
Rest all the big boys, man. Rest them. They need resting, man. After the physical game against the hard game against Tottenham, plus the England international, plus Chelsea yesterday, plus Bayern Munich midweek, they need to rest them. Like, Rice is in the red zone right now. Too many games.
Because they've been playing internationals as well, Craig.
Saka played both games as well for international as well. Same with Rice. So, and Eze as well. So you need to rest his players, man. Can't afford any more injuries.
I mean, so, like, I definitely hear that, but I mean, like, overall though, like,
that's a lot of rotation, isn't it?
I mean, I also think, like, Eze has really played that many games this season, has he? Eze's only, I don't know. Like,
he's had a few starts for some games. He's made some substitutions. So the Liverpool game, the City game.
Hasn't he played
every game? Odegaard's been injured. He's played every game.
Yeah, and Odegaard's been out for 2 months. So every game.
He's played every game since Odegaard's been injured.
He needs a little rest. You can name a strong bench, and
if we run, like, say he doesn't do any rotation, he brings back the same starting 11 against Brentford, and now you got on short days of rest, because I don't know if you guys just saw it. He just complained that Chelsea had an extra day off today than him. He said that we only had 2.5 days worth of rest, and Chelsea had 3.5, which I'm not buying none of that bullshit. See, if you're going to put Eze in, Eze should go in the 10, and Wanyeri should go out wide.
Mm-hmm.
If you're going to, in my personal opinion, but for me, I would do a full starting 11 rotation except Raya, because for me, again, if we play the full starting 11 in this game against Brentford, what the hell do you think is going to happen on 3 days rest then once again against Aston Villa?
We'll get battered.
Same thing.
Because Mosquera and Hincapié are about to get a realization when they go up against Ollie Watkins. and going up against Morgan Rogers. Because if Rice and Zubamendi are tired against Morgan Rogers, Rogers is going to tear us a new one. And at the
Before that, we got Thiago to think about. Yeah, he's got 11 goals in 13 games. I don't look at that thinking, that's
got a lot of penalties as well.
A lot of them are penalties.
He's got a lot of penalties, yeah.
But exactly what Craig was saying when we were talking, like with the back line of three. In possession, Norgard should drop right on top of the three, swing the three over, push Skelly into the midfield to aid Eze with creativity. Norgard should be or Odegaard should be like your deep playing playmaker.
Yeah.
And Lanieri and Madueke should have free reign within to be able to create. And then Gyökeres should just be waiting for give and goes.
Yeah. Norgard just sits in front of the back three.
Just sitting in the back three.
Yeah. It's so simple, man. It's so simple.
And I think he's more disciplined than Zubamendi's been the last 2 games. I think he'll stay there. He tends to stay there. He won't move up and down, go forward.
Yeah.
And another thing as well, that we talked about as well, that Lewis Skelly, he's very good at dribbling the ball. When he gets the ball, he's very good at making them run with the ball. He's very good at dribbling. So he's dribbling to midfield, and he can like with that assist for Martinelli in the Champions League at Atletico Madrid. When he dribbled from his half and then laid the ball up for Martinelli and he scored. Give him the lads to do that in that game. And tell Norgard to cover him every time he does that, if needs to be.
Yep. Agreed.
Yeah.
It's not having Gyökeres play as a fucking false 9 hold-up striker. Let him play off the defender's shoulder like he's supposed to be, so that we can start putting balls behind the defensive line so that Gyökeres can get onto him and score. Because we're holding Gyökeres' playing ability back. Everybody wonders why Gyökeres isn't scoring goals. Funny enough, his playing style is very similar to the guy that everybody wanted out in Aubameyang. The only difference is Aubameyang is not as bulky, way better at dribbling and faster than Gyökeres and better in the air. Other than that, Gyökeres plays the same style that Aubameyang does.
Unfortunately, no one wants to have this conversation, but Aubameyang still walks into the first team today.
Oh, yes.
100% he does.
Yes, 100%.
And honestly, so does Ozil.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, to a certain degree. Yeah.
Corzola.
Oh, less is much out of a doubt, but but rather, Arteta was absolutely famished at the idea of kicking both Ozil and Aubameyang to the curb, despite the fact he has spent so much money trying to replace them and still haven't done so.
And a controversial take as well with how well he played after Aubameyang was shipped out at that left wing. So does Emil Smith-Rowe.
Oh yeah,
that left wing position, at least for backup, Emil Smith-Rowe walks into that position.
No shadow of a doubt. The treatment that ESR had received is absolutely garbage. Because rather not only was ESR starting for England's U21s, while Arteta was claiming that he was too injured and not good enough to actually start. He was putting in 8 out of 10s, for England's U21. People also want to have this conversation as well. Look, Captain Pillowfoot, one of the worst attacking midfielders in the Emirates era, by far and large. I've already done some analysis on it too, right? The only attacking midfielder that maybe spares Odegaard's blushes is Fabio. That's the only one, because we had Fabregas, we had Julio Baptista for rather on loan. We had Rosicky, we had Hleb, we had Nasri, Arshavin, Benayoun on loan, Santi Cazorla, Henrik Mkhitaryan, Smith-Rowe, Ozil. We have had such a bountiful amount of quality attacking midfielders, and people are still going off of that 1-22-23 season that Odegaard had, and he hasn't been able to recreate it. There are a lot of uncomfortable conversations, and at the end of the day, when we ask what is so wrong with us, it's the fact that we are. It's the fact that there are some in this fan base, bless their heart, they love this club, but they are protecting mediocrity. They are protecting inferiority at this club because they are emotionally invested in it.
Mm-hmm. And one last one, you talk about the problem of Zubamendi being soft. I don't know if anybody's paid attention to his growth since he went to Serie A. Matteo Guendouzi is miles ahead of Zubamendi. If you get to see him play at Lazio, he is miles ahead of Zubamendi and the other guy with him, Rovella.
Oh yeah, Nico Rovella is also class too. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, people, yeah. Any of you guys got any stuff coming up that you want to let the people know about?
Yeah, so on my official channel, America's Public Servant, I'm going to be hosting my first inaugural live stream Thursday evening, 7:30 U.S. Eastern Standard Time. So I know it's a bit, it's about, I think it was half past midnight over on the UK. So I know maybe a little bit like too late, but but in case if you're having a little bit of trouble sleeping, maybe you want to have some late night, listen, just pop on in. It's going to be a very nice, very pleasant conversation. But we're going to be having a very nice epistemological conversation about our wonky political system here in the U.S. So big up everyone, and thanks very much for having me in the chat.
Go subscribe to Dr. Seymour's channel here. It's American Public Servant. Make sure you click on the link, people. Make sure you go and support my guy, Craig. Looking tired. What you got coming up? Hey, we've got our podcast to do, I know you've been calling me. We still got till the end to do, yeah? We still got a podcast to do, yeah?
I know, I'm waiting for you, man. I'm free.
I know, man. I'm just busy, man. Everyone's just calling me.
I know. We might do a podcast this week. I'm not sure yet. Or maybe this week we might do something. So I'll put it in the group for anything. I'll let you guys know. So yeah,
no problem. Gianni, I'm waiting for this guy to start doing content, man. What is going on, man?
Life is lifing right now, man.
I hear it.
Life is life. If it's able to happen, hopefully I'll drop something either Wednesday or Thursday, and then I'm maybe thinking about doing a watch along for Napoli versus Juventus this weekend. So
that's a fire match there. That's fire.
Hopefully we got a big win against Rome this weekend. So I'm hoping we do the business. We put those pain in the asses from the north away and keep this run towards another Scudetto again. So that's we'll see what happens with that, and then see what happens with this Arsenal midweek, and then this is the big game this weekend. This is going to tell us if we're going to separate ourselves from the men,
early kickoff as well,
men from the boys against Villa. So we'll see.
Definitely. But anyway, people, we've come to the end of the podcast. What a stream it was! Today. That's why it's called the Aftermath, because you know what? Just like Stranger Things, it's the upside down. Everything just gets combusted and whatever. Everything comes out, and now we can just breathe now until Wednesday. So don't get caught lacking, people. Wednesday, we have to win. If we don't win, then we'll be back. But anyway, for now, people,
Wednesday,
it'd be a massive problem. But anyway, people, big up to Caps as well. Big up to the chat, and big up to the panelists as always. We are out, and we'll be back soon. Peace.
Peace.
Peace.